Hey, good afternoon, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson, Results Staffing and Social Media. Hey, stay tuned for a great show here. I want to discuss a lot about pay rates versus perks in the logistics area right now in the Lehigh Valley. Be right back after this. And it stops real quick. Hey, listen, everybody, I wanted to talk to you today. I was having problems with LinkedIn today. I couldn't get this to connect right up. But the point I'm doing my background here is it got your attention, right? And that's what we're going to discuss here about getting the attention of the candidates, plus talking about your companies and pay rates. And what I wanted to talk about first was we predicted that companies would be hitting $20, $25 an hour. And it happened. You know, there's a company right over in Easton, Pennsylvania, $25 an hour starting Monday on night shift. $25 an hour for night shift. When is it going to stop? I knew it was coming, but I didn't think it was like right now. So they're taking a strong stance, trying to hopefully get a lot of the candidates now before the warmer weather hits, and then everybody just goes everywhere. But what I wanted to talk about was it's not always just about that pay rate, because you're still going to have the problems because not a lot of people don't like night shift. Now, you will take people that work night shift from another company and they're going to go over there, but it might not be long term. It might not be $25 forever. I just don't foresee that happening. Normally, the companies will get you for that, and then they're only going to do it for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure. But that's where you got to say to yourself, when is enough? When is it going to stop? How are you going to staff your company when you have machines and manufacturing and logistics? Listen, if you don't do something soon, you are going to have the worst summer you've ever had. You're going to work a lot of hours. You're going to be miserable. The employees are going to get stressed out because they have to work weekends. Listen, the warmer weather is coming. I'm telling you, anybody has experience, that's what's going to happen. So at one point, the companies cannot absorb that hourly rate. You can't do that in your budgets. And it's not really affecting the staffing companies because everybody thinks, well, the staffing companies are getting rich out of it. No, they're not. They're doing their markup where they make some, but still at the end of the day, that client really, really suffers. I mean, I don't know how they can sustain it. That wasn't in their P&L. That wasn't like that. So what I wanted to talk to you about was a great company, which I'm going to use as an example here because I really like the company. I wish I could help them staff right now, but things are in the making, so I don't want to say never. So Bakerly and Easton, right? Great company from France. They've been here for 5 years. A lot of people don't even know they're in Easton, Pennsylvania. All right. We toured. We loved it. I love something about the growth, about the job, even though it's in a partial of a cooler where it's cold and then there's parts where it's warm. But the growth in manufacturing, it's easier to get growth than in the warehouse, because with manufacturing, you got to really, let me tell you, when those machines are running, what's fascinating is what I like manufacturing background was you just made an adjustment and you fixed that issue. So Bakerly was on the lower side paying rate, right? When we went there, but all of a sudden, boom, they got it right in the median range, up to $15 to $17 an hour, right? Perfect. Temp to perm. But what I want to tell you about is when you advertise for a company like this, get this. So they did this. They were smart because it's not always about the pay rate. It could be the culture. You want to learn. Listen, anybody can go make $25. They're not hiring you full time. I guarantee that's probably just seasonal, most likely. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And it's good for them. Listen, it's good for the candidates. But Bakerly came out with something smart. I really like this. $500 sign-on bonus. Now remember, this is temp to perm. 520 hours, you're permanent with the company. They don't want long-term temps. So you get a $500 sign-on bonus. Then get this, cost of living, right? This is all before you get to the pay rate. Cost of living. 2 additional PTO days for marriage. And I'm guessing that's what we discussed at one time is, listen, you can utilize that because with the children and the schooling, that's a really good factor, especially if you were able to use like a half a day, 30 minutes. That's very smart of them. Then the cost of living growth every year. A lot of companies, warehousing, and if they're not old school, when we were in manufacturing, you did that. You gave annual raises for cost of living plus your raise. So cost of living was just a way to get you to stay. Two ops for $100 attendance policy. So there's 2 chances to do that. You get a paid lunch, fantastic. A game area. These little things make employees happy. Then free bakery products. Listen, you go in that place and you want to smell some bread, you got to go there. And then also free plus 40% off. Oh, we're not done yet. Then they give you 9 holidays, right? 9 holidays paid and 11 PTO days. I mean, think about that. 9 holidays and 11 PTO days. Then they put this in there and they were genius. Paid vision for children, your children. Paid dental, 100% for your children. I mean, come on. And then a $10,000 life insurance policy, excuse me, 2% matching in an employee 401k. A lot of the companies, a lot of the temporaries are associates, and some of them don't even realize what a 401k is. And it's nothing on their end. It's just a lack of education. For when you hire a candidate, you need to say, hey, what's a 401k? What are they doing? They're matching up to 2%. Perfect, right? And then you get $500 for referral bonuses, up to. So think about all that I just said. Then I'm going to say $15 to $17 an hour. They have all multiple shifts. Now, if that doesn't draw you towards it, I don't know what else can do it. If you want to go and make $20 an hour, $18 an hour, and just be long-term or crazy shifts, listen, in logistics, the shifts are crazy. I've always said, and I like to educate the customer, is put day shift. Mostly people like to work day shift, but there is people that like second shift and third. But these shifts that come and start at 4 a.m. or 10 a.m. till when complete, come on, that doesn't make sense. You're going to struggle. You're going to fail. And that's what happens is because these candidates, they walk in and they see it. If you're not a good culture fit for them, they're going to leave and they're going to find another job that quick, just like that. Videos, make some videos. I've said it over and over and over of your company process. Take a short video of what the candidates are doing, then post that. Give that to the staffing company. If you don't allow the staffing company to do it, then you provide it. What I like to do is I like to do it myself. I would like to come out there and do a live video right there, a live video, and showcase behind me the operation. Now, I know you're going to get some feedback on that saying, well, corporate says no, or these are just ideas, okay? You have to think of something, just like behind me. It stands out, don't it? I called it a Bring Up Hire show, but look, this is green screen. I can be anywhere that I want. And if you were to say this right now, listen, I'm hiring these jobs for Bakerly over in Easton, great chance, opportunity, reach out, go to their website and apply. This right here is being streamlined across 5 different social media pages right now. LinkedIn, I'm having a problem with, so I'm just going to post this on there right after this for some reason. But think about that. The videos, perks, utilize your social media, and work, listen, together as a team. If you're like Bakerly, again, I really liked Bakerly over in Easton, and I will figure out how to work with them, and fill their orders. So that's because I like the company. Did you hear what I said? When you walk in sales, you can normally tell the gut feeling like, oh boy, I don't know if I want to do this. But you have to get the sale because you work for a company and you need the sale. But if you're not sure that you can fill it, it just puts you in that category of every other staffing company. What makes you different than anybody else? And I feel like being honest when you go to a sales call, wow, I don't know. I look at some of them, and I look at the issues concerning in the Valley, and I wish I had more answers to do that. But you need to do what a company here in Bakerly did. Like I read off all those perks. That right there, read all them off, and then put the hourly rate. Let me tell you, I don't think there's any companies around here that could match that. No, not all this. And I give them a really high end on this one, recommendations. But if you're looking again for growth, that's what I look for. In staffing, when you get those candidates to come in, right, set them up for success. Don't take the time because you don't have nothing to lose, right? Because if you're not filling it, but maybe get 5 of them, if they really want the job, have them come to the branch, sit them down and then talk about the company. Don't just, again, I looked on these social media pages and call today, start tomorrow, come down, no background check, no drug screen. Think about that. Do you want to advertise that? No background, no drug screen, come on down. Why would I want, if somebody has any kind of issues and you're going to allow them start without a drug screen? It doesn't make sense. That's one thing for safety that I'm all about. Safety is 100%, but just be careful with that when you do that. Because the drug screening, listen, background is okay because you got to give people second chances. Listen, some of the stuff that might have happened 5 years ago, something misdemeanor or even something small, excuse me, they've learned. And you really need to tap into the second chance communities, what do you want to call them, over some of the nonprofits and you check on your nonprofits agencies that have that staff second chances, and you'll get a really good crew. You'll get some really good. So go after that. Don't stay away from it because it can really help you. So on that note, just realize what I'm saying is here. If you want to try to help and succeed, is show the perks. Show a video, just like Bakerly did, all the perks, put all your perks. Start getting them up there, not the hourly rates. 16, 17, you're fine. There's no other companies that can afford $21 to $25 an hour in a long term. Concentrate on the growth and what you can do for them. Educate the candidate and educate the client, educate the staffing company, and listen, it'll help. You need to try something and work together as a team and be as honest as you can be, because if a company is seeing what you're doing, right? If they're seeing what you're doing, they will understand and say, wow, they're really stepping out of their bounds. They're working Saturdays trying to get people. They're working this. You have to show your customer what you're doing. Show them what's making you different right now, just like this show right here being broadcast across all social media platforms. By tomorrow, this gets a lot of views. It gets a lot of attention. Just like I said, look right here. So on that note, I just I'll be talking a little bit later on tomorrow. For some of your issues, I had issues with LinkedIn today. So have a great night, and I will talk to everybody soon.